here, Queen of the Monkey's Paw. Once I said I didn't like Lin-Manuel Miranda, then he got replaced with Julia Michaels. Then I said I didn't like Julia Michaels, and now here we are. So, Moana 2 has gotten a new lyricist and a new composer. The new lyricist is Abigail Barlow, who is famous for Bridgerton the Musical on TikTok. For promotional reasons, Disney has released the end credits version of one of the songs from Moana 2. An end credits version is usually a contemporary pop version of a major song from the movie, like A Whole New World as an example. Because of the nature of an end credits song, I'm not going to comment on the instrumentation, but we do have the lyrics, and all I'm saying is I really hope these aren't a reflection of the lyrics in the rest of the movie. So I heard it, and I just had to make this emergency video, emergency analysis to give my thoughts. I don't want to take the time to script everything, because we just had this song drop, and the lyrics are definitely interesting, like man. So I'm just going to go through them and tell you everything I pick up. Now, the first thing we have here is this line, the opening line. I always say the opening line is really important. I know these stars above the ocean. That's actually a fine opening line, I think. I know these stars above the ocean. We are establishing something, right? You always want to establish this character, this setting, and kind of what the conflict will come in conflict with, so to speak. I know these stars above the ocean. The logical point from here is you want to talk about going into something you don't know. I know this, and I do not know that. So that's what the song is about. So, that's fine. That's fine. But then the second line is where I have problems. So we're doing better than that song from Wish, but second line is problems. Now new skies call me by name. I know that we're all big on alliteration. Now new is not a good use of alliteration. So the letter N is a soft consonant. When you have two soft consonants next to each other, you can end up with this conflict that turns it into a tongue twister. Now new does not sound very good. Now new skies call me by name. However, if you took a harder consonant, if you took the word tip top, those are two hard consonants, and that's why that sounds good. But when you have this soft consonant, it does not roll off the tongue particularly well. Now new skies call me by name, and suddenly nothing feels the same. This isn't inherently bad, but it's going to reflect a problem I have with the lyrics at large, which is that these feel really elementary in the sense that they feel like the first thought, the simplest rhymes possible. Name and same, very simple. I know the path that must be chosen. Ocean and chosen. I'm not going to say it's super common. It's definitely better than ocean and motion, but I'm not going to say it's particularly imaginative. I'm not asking for even the sturgeon and the ray, they get the urge and start to play, but I am asking for a little bit of creativity and pizzazz in a theater song. But this is bigger than before. Winds have changed, tides turn me far away from shore. The word bigger I don't like because it feels very vague, and it's not descriptive into what the conflict actually is. From this first stanza, I don't really understand what's going on. I understand that there's new skies, but that's not being explained. Not to mention, I know the path that must be chosen, but this is bigger than before. That is one sentence. If I put the comma here and the period here, that's one sentence. And that does not make sense. This is kind of in reverse order. You would think logically the sentence is, this is bigger than before, but I know the path must be chosen. When you say, I know the path that must be chosen, you've made your decision, and then you're adding this clause next to it, so it makes it sound more uncertain. Again, this is backwards. It should be the other way around. This is the thing I'm uncertain about, but I am willing to take the risk. Winds have changed, tides turn me far away from shore, that's fine, because you're using the motif of the ocean, and you're using it to explain how you are being driven to go away from where you are safe. What waits for me forever far from home, from everything and everyone I've known? As a pre-chorus, I think it's fine because it is building up, and that's what a pre-chorus is meant to do, is building up to the chorus. However, we're falling into the same problem I talked about earlier, which is that, what is this, right? What is this, right? This is so vague. I'm going to just color code this. I'm going to put the vague stuff in this nice cyan color here, and suddenly nothing feels the same. What waits for me forever far from home and everything and everyone I've known. Who is everyone, first of all? This is not establishing the fact that isn't she a princess at this point, or a queen, a chief at this point? I know that she had a sister introduced. That's not going to be told to us because everything is being kept very guarded almost, very safe. But in the context of a musical, I should be told details because that's how it works. You're telling a story, right? Even in contemporary pop songs, you have to use detail to get your story across because that's what makes it relatable to some extent. And now we have the chorus. What lies beyond under skies I've never seen. The word under here makes it very grammatically awkward. You can just say, what lies beyond skies I've never seen. When you add under, what lies beyond under skies I've never seen, it's just an unnecessary word and it ruins the flow. Will I lose myself between my home and what's unknown? It's not a terrible line. I see it metaphorically, between my home and what's unknown, so between where I'm safe and this place I have to go to that I'm not sure where it is, that's fine. If I go beyond, leaving all I love behind, I'm just gonna say this is also just vague and frankly kind of boring. I'm leaving all I love behind. What is it? Well, I don't know. I can't tell you anything about Moana from this song, even though it is her song. That's a problem. With the future of our people still to find, also I don't think it's grammatically incorrect, but it's very strange. Usually you'd say, we still have to find the future of our people. Of course, people is not a good word to rhyme, so you have to do something with that sentence, but there's better things you can do. Can I go beyond is a fine hook, so I'm just gonna leave it. There is destiny in motion, and it's only just begun. Now will this life I've worked so hard for come undone. I think I need a color for words that just don't work. I'm gonna call it orange. Come undone does not feel as dire as this is implying. Like I'm pretty sure that the failure of this mission is death, and that's not really come undone, that's end. It feels like a very soft word for the situation at hand, and you might be thinking, but it is grammatically correct. Like, right, that's the definition of the phrase, is for things to fall apart. But there is something to be said about the connotations of a phrase or a word. I always use the word throw as an example. We have a lot of synonyms for the word throw in the English language, but not all of them mean the same thing. Similarly, we have a lot of phrases and words in the English language that mean the same thing as other phrases or words, but they have a certain level of severity to them. So an example is you can say someone's hungry, someone's starving, and someone's emaciated. Those all mean similar things, but they come in different levels of intensity. We're going to get back to this in a second. They're calling me, I must reply. That is the same exact problem. To say you reply, like, is this an email? I wouldn't say I must reply to a mysterious they that's calling me. I don't even know who they is right now. Is it an ocean spirit? Is it the call of adventure? Is it the call of my duty? I don't know. But they are calling me, and I must reply? Like, come on, there has to be a better way to say that. I must answer is a much better word because it sounds stronger. Reply has such a business sound to it. I know that this isn't an exact science, but we do have certain associations in our head for certain words, and reply we associate with emails. But if I leave, how could I ever say goodbye? Again, this is just so nothing. And that's like the biggest sin of this song, is it's just nothing. So in the second chorus, we do have a couple lines that have changed. We have added on the vast uncharted sea, and will I lose myself between all that we know right here and what's out there beyond. Now this lyric change, I usually would say, oh good, you changed a little bit of the chorus the second time around to add to the storytelling and to not waste time, but the lyrics are different and they mean the exact same thing. Will I lose myself between my home and what's unknown means the exact same thing as will I lose myself between all that we know right here and what's out there beyond. We have this bridge here. If I'm not here to hold her hand, will she grow to understand? Again, with the vague lyrics, the very basic rhymes, first thing you see on Rhyme Zone style rhymes. And we've introduced this her. I know that it's supposed to be her sister from the trailers, from what I remember, but I'm not being told anything else about this her that has suddenly appeared in the bridge, so it's completely lost on me as a listener. We have our final chorus. I'll go beyond, and although I don't know when I will reach these sands again, that's fine, because I know who I am. I am Moana, of the land and of the sea, and I promise that is who I'll always be. Okay, that's just lame. Like, I don't even know what to color that. I guess we're using the cyan as the lame color. I must go, I will go, they will know what lies beyond. This is a good start. Like, this last chorus would be a start to the song. Or like a first chorus to the song, where she's establishing who she is. This is the one part of the song that actually directly references the movie. She is establishing who she is, and that's who she always will be, and that is why she has to do all these things, and why all these things are important to her, and what those things actually are. The biggest problem with this song is the vagueness. And if that's a sign for the rest of the movie, it's not looking very good. Now, I know that wasn't a full analysis, and when the movie comes around, I'll definitely do a full analysis, but I just wanted to get this out of the way. Like I said, emergency video 2 days late. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your week.